Welcome to the Goofball Coalition, the podcast where improv, sketch, and stand-up kind of get together and mash it out like a Three Stooges film, each one of us being a Larry, Curly, or Moe. I am not up to snuff on my Three Stooges. I've seen a bunch of them when I was a kid, but I can't even remember which one is which clearly. So which one of us is which one? And is it us as actors or is us as our crafts representing?
It's gotta be the crafts.
Okay, the crafts. So which one is Larry, Curly, and Moe? And we're forgetting about Shemp, right?
Shemp came later.
Shemp, we'll forget about him later. He's like YouTube guys or something. Okay.
I feel like sketch could be Moe because they're very calculated, right? Moe is like kind of the joke. But that could also be like stand-up could also be Moe. But I definitely think improv is like Curly.
Yeah.
Curly.
We all agree on that one.
Okay, cool. That one's easy. Great.
So,
Larry is the one with my haircut, right?
So that's probably it.
I think that one's probably stand-up.
Mustache.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That he drew on.
Oh, mm-hmm. Wait, that's Carl. I almost said that's Karl Marx, but it's not Karl Marx.
Yeah, Groucho Marx.
Groucho Marx.
Yeah, that's my Marx brothers.
I don't know who Moe is then.
We're in over our heads. All right, let's kick that intro.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Goofball Coalition, the podcast that lives where improv, stand-up, and sketch comedy collide. And now, here are your hosts, Alex Knight, Sarah Kennedy, and Leslie Nesbitt.
Hi, welcome back. Yeah, sometimes you gotta get out. Sometimes you just eject out of a bit, right? If something's not working, just gracefully get out of there when you realize you've mixed your brothers up. So today we want to talk a little bit about. Oh, my camera's still not focusing. Whatever, it'll focus in a minute. Don't worry about it if you're listening. Today we want to talk a little bit about Sarah has done a couple of we'll call them toe dips, dipping her toe into the improv world a little bit, and it's been super fun. I've been there for both moments. Leslie, you were there for the filming one, correct? No,
I wasn't.
You haven't seen any of this. You haven't seen
any of it. I'm like a new
Sarah's
baby.
magic. Great. Well, then we'll talk about it, and you'll just get to hear about it, and you'll imagine it. You're our audience, so if you have any questions, please pop in. Okay, yeah. So two things. You went to our jam recently, but before that, maybe a month or two ago, you were filming a TV show with Amanda Michonne, and you came in. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience, maybe overall first, and then we'll get into your experience with us. But how was filming the show?
Oh, it was
and awesome. What is the show? And tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So Amanda hosts a show called Absolutely Albuquerque, and it's on Very Local, which is an app that's owned by Hearst Media, I guess. So it's kind of in cahoots with KOAT and Channel 7, but it's really its own app that you can download and watch a whole bunch of very local content. So
from different cities, right? Like you can see different cities' local content. And it's not necessarily like public access. It's a little nicer than that. Not that, whatever.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice all the way around. And she always has like a guest co-host with her, and then you usually go around and you go check out cool things that Albuquerque has to offer. And so it's a kind of a nice way, like if anybody came to visit, they could watch it and get like a quick tour of all the places they should see if they ever wanted to go out and see cool things in Albuquerque. So
well, that's cool because she's done a whole season already, and so not only is it like a couple of cool things doing Albuquerque, it's like a bunch now. She's showing like all kinds of stuff and digging deeper all the time. So
it's 3 per episode. So it's the second season, so it's a whole nother round of 3 amazing cool places. And our whole episode was about like getting outside of our comfort zone, and so we got to go to the Rattlesnake Museum, and we made marshmallows at Pink Pony ice cream, and then we ended up we ice skated with the ice wolves, and then we ended up over at Comedy Corner on Second and Gold, and we talked a little bit about Dry Heat, but we ended up doing improv with the show because that was me getting out of my comfort zone and not just hopping up on stage and doing my jokey jokes. So
yeah, very cool. And then so they came in and we did a couple of like exercises and some warm-uppy stuff, and then we did some musicals. And and what did you take part in again?
You guys were so nice and thoughtful and did pieces that were like, Amanda is the lead singer of the Red Light Camera. So you had a musical game, and then I had one where it was like just a bunch of different punchlines to the same joke, which was really cool. So, but everybody got to be involved with all of it. So it wasn't even like it was tilted in one way or another. It was just very thoughtful.
Yeah, and that was funny, like fun and terrifying in a sense for you to get to do improv, but then to have it be filmed and recorded, which is kind of anti what improv is. Like it's supposed to have that generous nature of then it goes away. But for you, it was like, hey, do this thing that you're not comfortable with and like make it permanent kind of. But yeah, you did great. It seemed like you had fun. It seemed like Amanda had fun.
Yeah, I mean, she's amazing. That's the cool thing too about I have a joke that I say on stage sometimes where it's like, if you see anybody who does any sort of local art, you will see them do 3 or 4 different kinds of other art too. So like,
sure.
I've seen some improvisers who are also burlesque dancers, who are also puppeteers or whatever. Everybody's a triple threat in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to see Amanda do not only she's amazing host for the show. She's an amazing musician, and then also she just happens to have a knack for improv, and especially making up musicals on the spot, which was what was asked of her, and it was
she did so good. Yeah, it was impressive. It makes it look very easy, unfortunately. It was like she's like, oh, I haven't done this before, and then she nailed one of our hardest skill sets or whatever, which is like singing a musical. That was great. And then you came to the jam as well, and I don't know, what was that experience like?
It was good. I think it was one of those things where I was like, I'm just coming to watch and support it. Like I really am just like, I just want to let everybody else get up there and do it. And then just a couple things. Kelly kept being like, go do it. So I just hopped in a couple times just because it was like very specifically, I was thinking about this podcast and how neat it is that we all have the opportunity to possibly dip our toes in other spaces. So I thought another good opportunity.
Yeah, and so what we do at our jams is we'll do a bunch of short form games, and then we'll take a little intermission, and then people that brought long form teams will do like a 10-minute set. And if you didn't come with a long form team, you'll put your name in a hat, and we'll pull it out, and we'll make we call them Franken teams, and those little groups will do like 7 to 10 minutes of long form improv. And sometimes it's it's pretty hit or miss in the best way. It's like it's all over the place because you've got groups of people trying to do this like very team sport with a lot of trust in it without knowing each other. So sometimes it goes off the rails. But Sarah threw her name in the hat, and we did a Franken team, and we were on like the same team together. And it was super fun. We had a great scene. It was a really fun scene with a brother and sister and a turtle.
Perfect.
And I made you pregnant at some point.
Yeah, that was really nice of you. Thank you.
Good. Of course.
It was really fun to like, do this stuff that we've talked about a lot. We've broken it down in so many ways, and then to just do it with you nice and clean. And it wasn't, I don't know, it was a perfect scene. It was nice and small, and it had all the beats that you need or whatever. Like it grew, and we yes-anded, and then it was over. It was just like a perfect little improv scene. It was really fun. How was that for you?
It was terrifying, but really fun. So it was good. I mean, I was really thrilled that you and I got to be in scenes together because I have so much trust in you and that stuff too. So I think it would, although I was really impressed by so many of the improvisers that were there for the jam. Like I don't know if I could have picked out who was new from who was really, really established, other than the people that I've known for years and years. So and
what I was saying is not necessarily that the people are bad, but like when you get a bunch of people that don't know each other, like those long form sets can fall off the rails. But like individually, all those people are pretty great, pretty fun to watch.
It was neat.
And that audience is super supportive. They're very loving. They're compassionate. They know how hard it is.
Yeah, that part's really nice too.
Yeah.
And then we also did a subway scene or a bus. It was a bus. I think it was a public bus. It was a scene of like, again, same thing, even with a bunch of pros up there with air quotes, whatever. I mean, I guess we're pros, but even then there was a lot of miscommunication and confusion. They thought they were on a submarine, I think they said later, and they were on a bus. Or Jeanette thought she was on a submarine, but it was great. It was great. I mean, I don't know, like, what else for you? Like, did you, when you were up there, probably you jettisoned all of the improv training, you were just being present, right? You weren't trying to think of what you were supposed to do and stuff, right?
No, not really. I mean, the one thing I think I did try to do that was like based in any training that I've had was like try to like find the game and just repeat something, but with different information when I was the sister, because it seemed like I was just trying to tell you what to do And so then I was like, oh, well, I'll just tell you what to do. But also, number one, that's terrible improv. Also, to be like, I'm an expert and you're got to do the things I'm doing. Like, I wasn't trying to do that either. I was trying to just do like, oh, I'm coming at you with like older sister advice about all kinds of things. And then you were like, nope, it's about the turtle. And I was like, you're right. It is. It is
well,
about the turtle.
I don't know. No, I don't think there was a right, but it was great. You came up, you were very supportive. I was washing. You didn't know what I was washing, but I was washing. Our suggestion was bath, I think, earlier in the thing. So I was washing a turtle in a sink, giving him some water. And then you just came up. I think you said, hey, if you need any help with that, let me know, or something, that's a great opening line. Like, that gives me a lot of options. And then for some reason I chose to be upset and I said, leave me alone or something. Yeah. So, I mean, if we're going for bad improv, it might be around there being negative with you.
I think Alex, you're really good at like grounding things. Cause I do also tend to do crazy, wacky things. And then you just kind of bring sense to it,
sure,
which is nice. So
thank you.
Just so you know.
That might have been it. Yeah. Maybe I read your attitude or something, but yeah, I don't know. And like, so that, I mean, we're doing a whole episode about our improv retreat, but that was something that did come up at our retreat, was how dry heat people are like coming over and trying our stuff a little bit, and how we have not been going over there enough. And we definitely feel like, in terms of neighbors, we haven't been as neighborly as we need to be. So like, we really appreciate it. It's so fun to see you, and not just you, but your community, your stand-ups and stuff coming over, and I don't know, just participating in our stuff a little bit. It's really fun to have this conversation that we have in the podcast be expanded into like the lobby and backstage and stuff, and in green rooms and everything.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, what are the ways that improvisers can dip their toes in your...
Well, this is actually a very good question, because I wanted to ask the same thing about sketch too. So with stand-up, we have open mics every night of the week except for Sunday, but then we have the writing circle on Sunday. So you have a chance to kind of dip your toes into it any day of the week in Albuquerque, which is nice. But writing circle's fun because you do get a chance to hop on stage in a closed, like, safe space kind of situation. And then we also run people through writing prompts and those kind of things, and just kind of share with each other. Then the open mics are a lot more like tradition. You just go and just sign up, and they're free, and you just get some stage time to try out whatever you want to. And there's a bunch of different producers in town. Tito has one on Tuesdays. I think that's my favorite one in town. And even if you ask the other comedians, they would say that that's the best one to go to. It's just very supportive. Nice. And then Dry Heat itself hosts 2 offsite mics on Thursday at Echoes Brewery, which is right by the box. And then Friday at Red Door, which is also still one of our favorite downtown partners. So that's definitely an easy way to just pop in and dip your toes. But I was really genuinely trying to figure out, like, how, if a person wanted to get into sketch or that kind of stuff, they could do it. And I think I have an idea, but I want to hear what you think, Leslie.
Oh. Well, I mean, I think the cool thing about sketch is that, like, at least for me, when I was first writing sketches, I would just write them in my room and then just have them. So like at any point you could just write sketches, right?
But there seems like there's other elements of sketch that
I know, yeah, it's very true. But how do you get them out there? Like,
it's so hard, like, yeah, because I think the block, right, is that you need people you trust, and that's really hard to find. If there's not a big community of improvisers and stand-ups like to pull from, you don't know about the full community of sketch artists. So it's like, yeah, how do you find them? How do you pull them? How do you create that community if you don't have one?
Well, the way we got into it, and what I would suggest, with my frog in my throat, what I would think, or what if I was a budding sketch writer and had a sketch or two that I wanted to try out, is variety shows. Just like try to get, you don't have to do a whole show. You just do like one. Just be like, this is my sketch team. We're doing like 1 or 2. Or say you have an improv, long form improv team that does like a set. You could just be like, hey, I have a couple sketches, or like I have some friends or something. Can we open for you?
Oh,
and put up some sketches before your long form show. You know, that way they don't have to like fill the entire hour. You know what I mean? So I think there's plenty of ways to do it to where you don't have to do a full hour, because I think that might be overwhelming to some people. You just want to do a couple. And that way, you know, if that long form team or the variety show or whatever you could ask them to be in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could someone bring a sketch to an open mic?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
I don't
That's
think
what I was thinking.
translate.
It's like that's a slippery slope of like,
Yeah.
Then you start getting groups of people trying to do their sketches up there, or read them cold or whatever the fuck. Yeah, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
It's an open mic, but also you
Sure.
don't really need a mic. You need like either 8 mics or no mics for like.
What if you? I mean, this is horrible. You just cold read it. You go, Mike, and then Mike says, you read your.
Well, that was actually going to be kind of my solution. I think we could stand to have a few. Like we had a comedian who was an out of town visitor, and she had us all stay after the show to like do a read through of her SNL packet.
Oh, cool.
And so like all the stand up comics got to sit and just like check out the scripts and read the scripts out loud. And I think we could do a lot more of that kind of stuff too, even if we didn't do it in front of an audience, but get some of those people who like that kind of stuff in it. And then I've done shows too where it's like, I was in this podcast called the Spec Script podcast where like people would write a spec script about a TV show they've never seen. And then it would be super goofy. And then when they would have like, they would cast it and everybody would sit and read the script out loud. And I think there's ways for us to do goofy stuff like that lends itself to maybe like allowing the future sketch. But
Right.
Yeah, Leslie, would you have any juice in your tank to run a sketch jam? I've never heard of a sketch jam, but like not even monthly. That's probably too much. But like I don't know, just like put it out there and be like, this date, people come in with rough sketches. There's clearly going to be people there with other ones that'll be your actors, and we put them up and like look at them or whatever. And
I mean, and I think
super fun.
It would be like a jam meshed with a writing circle, right?
Yeah.
So you are
more of a jelly,
more of a close, like private, not private, but like safe space.
Yeah.
To show your sketch. And I would even think with like, I don't know what you do in the writing circle, but like give little notes or, help on how they could rewrite it. Cause rewrites are important to writing. But yeah, I think that would be fun to see. First of all, how many people are excited about writing?
That's smart. It's like there's clearly ways of seeing the improv community, like who's taking our classes, who's coming to jams. Same with stand-up. You can see the community, but sketch is like a weird hidden thing that it's hard to show unless you have all the elements that you need. But like that would provide at least half the elements of like a room with people, a room of actors, a stage, all that stuff or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to see a bunch of like really rough sketches and like, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's the way to like that we had to pitch them in the Groundlings. Like you wouldn't sit there and just be like, hey, I have a sketch. Do you want to read it? You would cast it. People would go up there and like put it up so you could see it as well, which I really liked. But you have to kind of be, a little bit better at cold reading. But like it's really fun to like see it on stage. So I think that would be really fun to have a sketch jam.
Yeah, or even you have, I don't know, you've got 5 actors, good actors ready, and they'll be in all of them. And if whoever wrote it wants to be a part in it, put them up there too, or whatever. But like, you've got these people ready to like do them good comedians that can sell them as best they can or whatever. Would be pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sketch jam. All right. Sketch jam 2025.
2025 sketch jam. Yeah. The sketch circle jam. Circle.
Any other thoughts on like how to dip toes in different, or the experience of dipping toes in the different pools?
Do you guys know where you can do puppet stuff? Because I have a puppet, and I'm gonna debut my little puppet act at Alma's AAA Cabaret. The next
that's
time
a place to do it fully, but to like dabble. I don't know.
I don't know, but I also have a puppet, and I would like to join you.
Okay. Great.
All right. Puppet jam 2020.
I would love a puppet circle jam.
Cool.
Jam. Puppets.
I mean, puppets, that's an interesting one. That can do all of the things, right? A puppet can do improv, puppet can do stand-up, puppet can do sketch.
If we could figure out 3 more people who had puppets and we went to the jam and did an improv team with only the puppets as our little 7 to 10 minutes, that would be
Oh, I'll do it. Let's do the next jam. I mean, even if it's like a shit sock puppet, like it's about the performance, not.
I know someone else who would be into it.
Yeah, we'll get it done. All right.
I'm excited about this.
We're hatching plans. We got all kinds of stuff going. So that's awesome.
Puppets.
All right, and maybe that's the Shemp is puppets.
Oh, Shemp is the puppets.
They're coming. They're coming. This podcast will just keep expanding until there's like 18 of us representing each niche field of comedy.
Poetry.
Magic.
I mean, poetry. Yeah, poetry's up there too. Cool. Anything else? Any other thoughts on this little baby topic here?
No,
Thanks again for dipping those toes and like, yeah, let's try to do that more. I'll write some sketches for Sketch Jam for sure. That's a place where I'd be happy to debut some stuff.
Sketches are hilarious.
I love it.
Cool.
All right.
Section 3.
Let's do it.
Yep. Segment. Section.
Section. We discussed this. That section 3 sounds like a dystopian, like futuristic zone, whereas segment 3 is like a show. So,
yeah, or like a caterpillar.
Yeah, a caterpillar. Exactly.
Right.
The thorax of the that would be
the thorax of the show. Anything we got for the thorax?
No, I will say Lekka has considered, which also we love Lekka and we'd love to have her on here, them as a guest on the show. But Lekka's mentioned moving their Patreon from Team Stand Up to Team Improv. So
she's been taking our classes. Yeah,
winning.
That's very cool. Very, I don't know. It's quite political. Very scary move there.
Wow.
So that's also possible, and I want to make sure that that's known by all of our patrons out there. That like, if for some reason you're feeling it, and you have historically been Team Improv, you are welcome to scooch over to Sketch or Stand Up if you want to, and back and forth all you want. It's your $1 a month to do whatever you want with. That's
yeah. And so once I do the Sketch Jam, I'll start getting some folks
signing right on up for it.
Right up.
Yeah, we're just fishing a lot more. We've got shows all the time, unless you just don't have as many sketch shows.
It's
harder for you to collect the goods
to produce them.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to juggle.
Yeah.
Sarah, you've had your billboard up for a bit. Any noticeable, I don't know, feedback from it or anything?
Well, I mean, we've also had. I've paired it with a little bit more of an investment in our social media strategy also. Yeah. So I think that all that paired together has actually helped us a lot with some sales. So we've seen some more people coming through the doors, which is nice.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, I love that lobby being full. It's so nice when our shows are like in rotating and there's always just like life in that lobby. Sometimes it was sad. We come out in the lobby just, like we're doing our show and it's midway through our show and it's dead in that lobby. And it's like, it's fine, but man, it's so nice to have an active, like beating heart of the theater for us all.
Yeah, it is really nice. I like it a
lot. Cool. Anything else?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, everybody should come down to Second and Gold and see some shows of all different types.
There's so many types.
And we've got a big old festival coming up real soon.
Yeah, next week
episode will cover
that one too. So
yeah. Cool. Check us out next week and hear about the Funny Fiesta. Get home safe.
Yes.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening.